Hey everybody, it's Markwell Cade with Cade Mark Law, your favorite neighborhood lawyers, back with another free resource for you. Today, we're going to talk about 3 things you should be aware of about international intellectual property protections. The first thing you should be aware of about international intellectual property protections is that registration with the USPTO or the US Copyright Office does not register your work with every country in the world. These registration services only cover the United States and in some circumstances will extend protections to certain other countries. The second thing to be aware of about international intellectual property protections is that some countries have the first to file system, not the first to use system. This means that when you want to protect your work in these countries, you have to be the first one to file it. Generally speaking, in the United States, we have a first to create system or first to invent system. So a lot of times when you create or invent or come up with the idea, it often lends protections. Now you have to go register to get additional protections, but once you create it, generally speaking, you are the owner of this work. In other countries, that's not the case. In some other countries, you have to be the first to file. The countries that use the first to file system mean that you have to beat that person to the office to file this protection. And if you don't, you lose it. The third thing to be aware of about international intellectual property protections is you want to check each country you want to register the protection with. Each country has its own laws. Each country runs its own intellectual property and the registration of that intellectual property. This means that you're going to want to check with each individual country that you're seeking the protection in. Without this, you may be missing vital things that you need to understand about that country's system for protection. And protecting in one country may not mean that you get protections in all the others. So each country that you want protections for, you're going to have to individually research and search for counsel in these places. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been 3 things you should be aware of about international intellectual property protections. Once again, I am Markwell Cade with Cade Mark Law, your favorite neighborhood lawyer. Protect your brand, grow your business. Stay frosty, my friends. We'll see you next time.